You know if someone is a stoner or not, because if you say, like, a cigarette smoker, you're like, what are you smoking? Or, like, do you smoke? They'll be like, yes. And then a stoner will be like, what?
Yeah.
And then some stoners will be like, both at the same time. Yeah, poppers, as I learned they're called.
Poppers?
Which means something so different in the queer community.
I was going to say, what? I've never heard
you
that
know that?
called
a lot of
popper.
people call it that.
No,
yeah.
No, like when I heard called a popper, and what threw me the fuck off was there was this time when I was in Russia, and we were like meeting up with these people, and they had like a little fucking makeshift bong going.
Nice.
And so, like, they pack it, and, like, I take a hit, and I did not realize that they had fucking ripped off the back end of a... Like, they ripped off a bit of a cigarette, jammed it into, like, the...
Yeah.
Like, what they were using as the bowl, and then just threw a little weed on top of it, and, like, fucking lit it, and, like, the whole thing. Because, like, I was surprised. I was like, when I inhaled, like, the fucking... It shot down. I was like, what the fuck that just happened? And then I'm exhaling, and I'm coughing. Some
dry-ass weed.
And I'm like, I'm coughing so hard. Like, I couldn't even warn Yulia before they set her up.
Archer and Jay did that to me once, where we were on a road trip, and the driver wasn't doing this, but we were occasionally stopping and doing bong rips on the side of the road because we're trash. And they didn't tell me that it was a popper, that it was like half tobacco, you know? And I threw up. I've never thrown up from smoking anything, but I've done dabs and whatever, and I've never thrown up. Well, but I ripped it like it was weed, and I had a very high tolerance at that point, so I really ripped it.
Yeah.
And my soul, and I smoke cigarettes. So do we have an ashing?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, like, or you can use this cup. I'm done now, but.
Oh yeah, is there an empty cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wasn't prepared. I just immediately threw up.
Yeah, no, that shit. Like, we were both down for the count. Like, it happened, and we were both like, we just sat in the corner, huddled together, just being like, she's like, what the fuck just happened?
Were you
and I was
so
like,
lightheaded?
we were duped. That's what happened.
Like, lightheaded, and then I feel like you get higher. Like, you get so fucking high.
Yeah, no, we were fucking blitzed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Right.
And that was the thing, was like, at that point, like, I was used to smoking spliffs. Like, that was the regular.
Sure.
Know? Like, but now, like, having that kind of a just, like, concentrated hit. Oh.
Pow! It's like taking a shot, but like a double.
Yeah.
And you don't know that that's what it is. You think it's just juice. Yeah. And then it's not. Yeah. I quit nicotine. That's one of the few things that, like...
Me too.
Yeah. And I was never, like my partner grew up or spent their high school years in South Africa. In South Africa, you can be 10 years old and walk into a gas station and buy cigarettes. I don't give a shit.
That does sound like South Africa. So
they were smoking really young, and so they smoked a lot more, and they would, like, buy their own packs and stuff. You know what it is. But I didn't. I smoked a little bit in high school. If my mom's watching, which she isn't, I didn't. Can you imagine? No, she's lost. I'm like, you can use the internet? Oh
no.
So they smoked a lot more than I did, so quitting for them was a lot harder, and they weaned off. It was like having, and they wrote it down on their calendar, the amount they were weaning off by, and it was like being able to see how annoying they'd find me on a scale, like, because I can be annoying on a good day.
I mean, yeah, but then
I have that youngest sibling energy.
You add the Jones to it, and you're just like,
and just the, like, it's like PMSing, but for longer. Yeah. Luckily, you don't then, like, you don't explode. That doesn't happen, and that happens. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. If anyone needs a uterus, I've got one. I'll sell it for cheap. Cheap. What's cheap for an organ these days?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Right? At least in the tens, though, right?
To buy it? I think it depends on who you're buying it from.
Depends on the organ, depends on how healthy you are, depends on...
Yes.
But we talk about the shit I know.
I was gonna say, like, mine would,
I
feel like mine would be cheap.
Like, why?
I think you could buy a kidney for $1 Ethereum.
1 Ethereum?
Hard as a Bitcoin.
Okay. Interesting. Do you think that Bitcoin guys are also into the illegal organ market?
Well, I mean...
Some definitely, yeah.
Probably.
I feel like it's not so much the Bitcoin guys, it's definitely like the Monero guys.
Yeah.
Like, Monero's like the OG untraceable coin.
Oh, yeah.
shifty. And they're all doing NFTs. I have a friend who...
NFTs always seemed like a scam.
And they are. Like, it's bullshit. You can't own something on the internet.
Right? It's like you're owning a digital thing.
You're spending $1 million for something that someone can get their hands on, like, with almost no effort at all.
It was just like, I was like, oh, I screenshotted it. Oh, God.
It means nothing.
Yeah. It's like, well, you don't have the paper. Well, it's like, but I have.
It's the easiest art heist that exists.
Right.
Like,
there was a good, there are these YouTubers now, we've talked about them a little bit. They release NFTs, and what they're doing is anybody who has these NFTs can go to events that they hold. And so it's like tickets, and you have to sell them to other people.
that sounds like an MLM.
Yeah.
That sounds like recruitment, like an MLM.
It is a little bit recruitment.
That's shady.
Still, I mean, there are definitely ways you can implement that.
Well, because, I mean, yeah, that's different. Like, I guess you buy it as a recurring ticket to something, sure. But, like, even then, it's not really an NFT. You're buying a season pass that somebody chose to call an NFT. And it's like, what's the benefit there? Like, I don't just to be able to say you sell NFTs. Why? Why are you selling NFTs? Who the fuck? Why? Who are you doing this for? Who hurt you when you were a child?
I was so disappointed when Seth Green did it, but also not surprised. Seth Green owns an NFT. And I was like, I want to like Seth Green, but he makes it hard sometimes. And I don't want to like him that much.
Seth Green, he did what with NFTs? He made them?
He just bought them.
Like, they just made, like, yeah. Like
Who they really fuck over are artists. It's like Spotify for digital artists. Like, they're not making any of the money, really. I have a friend who's like a digital artist, and if you say NFTs, like, it's going to be an hour-long conversation. And I tease them about it. One time we used to work together, and I jumped out at them to, like, scare them, but I went, NFTs! And they were, I don't know if they were impressed with me or not. Instead of boo.
NFT.
In high school, we did this thing in civics where we had a mock government that we ran for like a week. I don't know. And I somehow, through a very impassioned political speech, allegedly I shouted at them. I was charismatic. I was like, I won. And I made one of my main campaign things was that the economy, the currency would be honey badgers.
So
this was my main platform. Was the honey badgers.
So like physical honey badgers?
Physical honey badgers. Okay. And it's just a lot of honey badgers. And that was what I ran on. And they voted for me. And then I was sick. I had mono. It's a different story. And they had a coup. You get mono. They had a coup. I got back and I wasn't the president anymore.
They cooed you.
They cooed me. They had a vote while I wasn't there.
Wow.
And I was like, but I was kind of like, I wasn't a very responsible politician. I was kind of
I mean, yeah, you weren't running things from in that.
I wanted power. I was doing it for, and I what was great in our little community though is everyone had a nice house. So.
Oh, okay.
I made that happen.
Yeah, you made sure everybody had a house.
And everyone had, we're like, where do we store the honey badgers? Like, where do you keep them? It's like everyone lives on a honey badger farm. And if you're rich, your farm is bigger.
And like, what was then it's like, how many?
They're yours. What do you have to spray paint?
I wasn't in government long enough to get to that point where we had to ask those questions because there was a fucking coup. I was overrun. I was kind of a dictatorship too because I didn't really have anyone else in my party.
I was gonna say you obviously didn't have a number two.
They all came together.
Nobody was running shit.
This was funny at first, and now it's annoying.
It's like, how do we run the honey badger economy? Yes. It's like, what's worth one honey badger?
They didn't exile me though. I became a small business owner. This all happened in a week.
I mean, that is a very.
It might have been longer than that, actually. I have no idea. This was grade 10. I was 15.
So yeah, we didn't do that. We didn't do a society, but yeah, like one. You're gonna say one honey badger?
Yeah. The question of what is it equivalent to is.
In Canadian dollars?
Like, yeah, it's like, is a honey badger a loaf of bread? Then, like, how many honey badgers is a house? Right?
100,000 honey badgers in a good economy. In Toronto, it would be like...
Oh, it'd be a couple million honey badgers.
Well, it would have to be a small population because the sizes of the farms people would need.
Right. Well, that means like to accrue that many honey badgers, like I just in like in a responsibly grown honey badger area, right? Yeah. We're not overbreeding our honey badgers.
Some people probably that would be what like crime would be like illegal like economic crimes,
right?
It would be like secret breeding.
I mean, the good thing about the honey badger economy is you can literally print more money.
You can,
like, it takes time. It takes time. Like you can make your own money.
Knowing humanity, there would definitely be some honey badgers living in some unethical situations.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You have
to. That's like you have to have.
Honey badgers.
And it's like, who do you pay? Like, how do you pay the honey badger inspectors? Like coming around to make sure all the honey badgers are living. At a certain point, there would be way more honey badgers
than people. We would just be creating the thing that would ultimately be our demise. Like they would overrun us, like overthrow us.
Honey badgers
I think
of the
they're
apes.
Smarter than dogs. Taxes. I know. Where do you keep the tax ones?
Oh God, yeah. How do you pay the government? You pay the government honey badgers, and it's like.
So the 1% have these like underwater secret facilities
of just honey badgers.
They go to the core center of the earth. It's not actually lava. It's where the Illuminati gathers. It's everything you've heard on the internet is true.
But the thing is,
oh my God, Canada.
You're wrong about what's down there. It's honey badgers.
It's honey badgers.
That's what the true economy is built off of.
I'm bored with that longer than they were. Like, thank you for appreciating having.
I mean, I definitely see how it won. I feel like
it was just so
I want to be like, yo, honey badger money for president. Like, you're like, yo.
Of course, like I don't
be like, do you support the honey badger economy?
That was my main.
Do you?
That was my economic platform, and it won briefly.
I mean,
this is why I'm like, that kid's gonna win. He's gonna do it.
That's the thing. Is like that's how you know. That's how you know. Like shit just needs change. It's like, you know what? Fuck it, honey badgers. That sounds like
whatever. Thing. That's better. That's better than this.
It's like, you know what? Capitalism, old school version, not working.
Biden has announced that he's running again, but one of the things on his platform was that he was going to be a transitionary.
That was his original thing, yeah.
Was like, I'm just helping us out of these horrible times. I'm like, a transitionary presidency into your next term.
Yeah. It's like we still need more transition time,
And like, he certainly has done, anyway. He's also 80 years old.
He's so old. Like, yeah, and I don't... Like, I don't...
Trump is in his 80s, and I'm like, what kind of, like...
Why are we only... Like, yo, is there nobody younger?
What kind of modern medicine is keeping these men alive?
Is there nobody younger?
Adderall and Big Mac, that's Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you know how, like, when the NBA team wins the championship, they get to meet the president?
Yeah.
I remember when...
They get to fuck the president.
Cavaliers won.
Together.
While Trump was in office, he invited them and got them all McDonald's.
Yes.
And there's this picture.
Wow.
It was so much McDonald's. So much McDonald's.
It must have smelled like just like the essence of grease.
And it's like it's one of those things. It's like, how do you like? That's not what a professional athlete eats.
They're not allowed to eat that.
Their
bosses are like, hello, you're actually only allowed to look at the food.
Yeah, don't ingest it.
And then you have to eat a chicken with no seasoning.
Yeah, dude.
An entire chicken.
Like, just walk away from it.
Oh, my God. And a protein shake.
Oh,
and then you have to do 50 burpees.
It's just like, why? Why would you...
I feel like when I was a little kid, I was better at burpees, and now there's just a lot more of me.
Yeah.
To get airborne.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Although I'm medically underweight, my daughter. So maybe not. I don't know.
Here's the photo of Trump.
Of McDonald's.
Yeah, that's just so much.
This is the only right wing gathering I would want to be at. I just would, and I wouldn't want to participate. I would want to just have a chair in the corner of the room,
just
and
be
I
a
would
fly
sit,
on the wall,
and I would quietly watch this unfold.
I don't think I could quietly watch it because, like,
for science.
Like, how long do you think before the farts start? Like, it's like,
oh my God, I know,
because they don't eat that. Like, that's not what they eat. Like,
they would have to have 70 porta potties, or they'd have to each have their own porta potty. I don't know why I'm thinking they would do porta potties.
Right, porta potties.
Although they're doing McDonald's, so
I mean,
anything's on the table.
It's just like a
McDonald's
row of porta potties. It's just a row of porta potties on the White House lawn.
You're like, man, I don't know what you get for. I don't want to know what you get for losing.
Oh God!
If this is what winning looks like,
it's like winning is now a punishment. You know?
That's chaotic.
Fuck.
That is chaotic.
Would you go to Mar-a-Lago just to see what it's like?
Like the place, like where does Trump have to be there?
Right. Like I would go
And throw my own party with my own people, but I don't want to hang out with his people.
Right. Yeah. No.
They're gonna be there. That's the thing.
Like I have to hang out with Melania.
I don't know if you have to hang out with them, but I mean, would you go there? Like, okay, right now, would you go there and like book a night just to see?
I mean, I'd talk to Melania.
I would have a few. I would be like oh
God.
She, you know, she just wanted a rich husband, and she ended up with
like
probably the most infamous president now. Like this was crazy.
Yeah, no, like to be she's
we're gonna talk about this forever.
She's a mention in the annals of history now.
You know? And that's definitely not what she thought she was signing up for. She thought she was signing up for like a penthouse made out of gold.
Yeah.
And fancy parties and golfing. Like she didn't think it was gonna be. I'm not justifying. I'm sure she's a horrible woman. Like I'm sure. Did you see how she decorated the White House for Christmas?
Oh, the blood trees.
The blood trees, but then also the first year it was like Ice Queen. It was like very like if Corilla DeVille threw a Christmas thing, like it was.
Did you hear the tapes?
For what?
About her talking about this yet?
Is it horrible?
So she was it was her and an advisor, a White House advisor, correspondent, whatever, talking about Christmas, and she's like, Christmas. They said put up decorations. Fuck Christmas. We got shit to worry about.
I mean, she's not wrong.
But yeah, like that's why, like I thought they said it was like very last minute or whatever.
She did not want to be. She wanted to be that rich, but she didn't want to be that in the spotlight. I don't think anyone wants that many people to know that they married Donald Trump.
I mean, right?
Anyway, these are my Canadian takes on American politics.
But she sounded like she was affected by all the.
Oh, how could you not be?
Yeah. Like, oh, we put out the decorations. They're like, you have other shit to worry about. We don't. And what about Christmas?
I'm sure, like.
Yeah.
She said, fuck these people.
Well, then, like, didn't she also wear a coat that was like, "Does it look like I give a fuck?" Like,
yeah, she doesn't care.
On her way to go see Children in Cages.
And then just talk about whiplash. That
too, in that tape.
Yeah.
Like, and then they bring up the kids in cages. What about Obama putting them there?
Awesome.
It's like, yeah, all right, pass the buck. Like,
wow.
It's like, I feel bad. Like, imagine her life now.
Oh, horrible, yeah.
It must have been so much better before. And
what a weird hyper reality she has made for her life. Like, what a bizarre tale.
It's a very strange world she has found herself in.
And she's probably going to have access to the best health care, and she's in good shape, so she's going to live till she's 115 years old.
Yeah. You know what I feel like...
And watch it all burn.
Yeah. Yeah, like... I'm just wondering what's stopping the divorce.
I know. He literally wants to
like what's stopping that? Like I wonder, like there's got to be like some clause in there, like marriage. Like,
I think it's just a power thing. Like he just has more. Yeah, I'm the fucking president. That's how Trump talks. That's how infamously Trump talks. I'm the president of the United States.
His like first wife buried on the Mar-a-Lago golf course.
Who?
Yeah, that's why he gets to pay like less taxes on the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's so suspicious. Okay, I try not to be a conspiracy theorist like in a problematic way, but that is so fucking suspicious.
Oh yeah, no, but like that's actually I'm pretty sure that's just fact.
He would.
Like that's not even conspiracy theory. Like there is a grave on sites, and because of Florida law, it's taxed differently.
You know whose life he ruined is Stormy. She lost her career. She lost everything.
But
she lost everything?
Yeah, because people attacking her. There was this weird thing that would happen when she'd go to like deep south states where she'd be trying to cross a border or something, and suddenly there would be like 36 charges against you. Like, we have to lock you up. And she'd be like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they would turn out to be like administrative errors or something. But like she'd be like, wait, no, like it's not true, like none of it. But then still, like you can't get those expunged, so people would see that. It gave her a record, and she lost, and no one wanted to be affiliated with her anymore. Like she actually lost work. She didn't gain work from this, and now I don't know. Like she's also.
Well, she said she was like getting direct.
You know what
she's
she's
getting
doing
into
now?
directing.
She's a full-time paranormal investigator, and she has a show. That's what she does now.
Well, you know what?
But she's directing it, and it's profitable, and she's like living. She's
So there we go. She's chilling. Like,
but it's also a crazy
now,
hyper reality story. Like,
I mean, yeah.
What is your life, Stormy?
Well, didn't she also? She released a book too.
Yeah, of course.
And like, I'm pretty sure it made a New York list. So
she's actually really smart. Yeah.
No.
New York Times, yeah.
Well, like not all the lists. Like, she was on like one of the ones where it's like.
Well, and she's like a self-made business, like her whole persona and everything. Like, I don't know. I'm really I'm like repping store. I don't know.
I mean, props to her. Like,
it's just a crazy scenario.
It is.
Just these people like not knowingly biting off more than they can chew. Why am I talking about Trump so much? He's everywhere. It's just a bizarre tale. Danton's like, I'm so fucking done talking about this. Yeah.
That, man.
Like these two Canadians, you weren't there. You don't know. And no, you were being led by Justin Trudeau, like a literal clown.
Oh,
but
God.
not in a. I keep sounding conservative, like really conservative. These things out of context. That would be
literal clown.
pun unintended. That would be way out of left field. That would be.
I mean, he does paint his face like a clown from time to time, so like we know. But like,
he's a drama teacher.
I don't know.
At the end of the day.
Well applied. The blackface was so well applied.
He had done
thorough.
that before. Yeah.
Thorough.
Yeah.
Like, did not like. It's like what?
And he definitely goes to like
what
elite
portion
Quebec
of that region
orgies.
is that dark?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like what? Where? Like, I mean, Indians, sure, but like,
yeah, but a lot of it is like slavery. Like,
Yeah.
that's part of
Yeah. He's definitely goes to like elite top secret Quebec orgies. He does. And they're all wearing masks even though they know who they are.
Yeah, it's like you know who's on the guest list.
That's
but,
the prime minister, but yeah, and it's weird. And his wife is there too. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, why is he going if she's not?
Yeah. Am I just making stereotypes about the French? Yeah, I mean,
good.
that's the political tension in the country I was raised in.
Do you think Canada will ever have I was about to say a president that that doesn't speak French?
Not if the French have anything to say about it. And
I mean, is there any way that all of Quebec can be outvoted?
Well, the thing is like Alberta and Ontario would have to come together. Yeah,
without that, like, is there any way? I don't know.
There's people who are not friends who would have to be friends for that to be. Also, I don't think so. No, and they're.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true. That's a fair point.
And also, we want to be able to have somewhere where you can go drink at 18 from something we bought at a gas station. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like if that did happen, then like that would be like Quebec's time to be like, we're seceding for real.
Well, and they're trying to go. They're trying to take off.
They're such an interesting combination of like Texas
and France.
like in France. And like it's just like, but how did y'all
It's interesting.
like how did you just like what this is like, okay, so it was like a French family came over and it was just like they fucked cousins. Like that was it.
Oh yeah.
That's how you got
Canada
Quebec. Like
you know, it's legal in Canada to marry your first cousin.
oh God.
They decided
It's legal in a lot of places.
the science.
Really?
Apparently, they looked at genetics and. I'm
Because
sure.
like I've heard people try to make arguments for this, and I'm just like,
I'm not making an argument for.
oh no,
it.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like genetically different enough. Yeah.
The risk of a genetic disorder is only like 5% more than if like.
It's not.
If you're
it's
not related.
Yeah. So they decided.
Yeah, but it's
that
like if you're, it's like
physically it's safe.
I saw a show talking about this, but they're like, yeah, so like as long as your parents weren't cousins, and it's just like,
right. You have to be first cousins properly. Like you can't be like
it's just like, oh no, our parents were cousins, but then we can't. Oh no, like damn, I really wanted to.
In like the Nordic countries, they have apps to see if you're.
Yeah, because like some of those towns get so fucking small. Yeah.
You know, you don't want to. So what happens all the time, sometimes with people who are like maybe from a background where they don't interact with gay people at all, they don't know anything. Frig, what was I saying?
I don't know, something about Nordic people.
Oh, no. Okay, these guys, they'll see like my relationship with my partner and they can tell we're close and they're confused and they're like trying to figure out what our dynamic is and they'll feel comfortable asking. And they'll be like, "Are you sisters? You must be sisters." One person was like, "Twins." And I'm always like, "Well, shit, I hope not." Like that would be devastating. Oh my God.
It's like, oh God.
I know. We had to get our car towed recently, and I rode back to our place with the guy. And when I waved bye to my partner who had to Uber, they was like, "Oh, who is that? Your sister?" And I was like, "No, that's my partner." And he went, "Your partner?" And then he didn't say another word for 15 minutes. And he drove like a maniac. Oh my God. He was not looking at the road. What? Oh my God.
So distracted. He's like, partner. Oh my God. Wait, they're cowboys?
I'm gay. Yeah, he just like rears off the... Yeah, my partner, howdy partner.
Howdy partner.
I wasn't wearing the cowboy hat. I wasn't. I have to get a real one. I've realized.
Actually, well, I'm going to Arizona soon. I'll try to find you one.
If you see like a real...
Like real pink one.
Yeah, but it has to be like a real cowboy hat because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big upgrade from the dollar store one.
You can go to like custom hat stores and like...
I think we have different sized heads though.
True, that is, yeah, you can get it done.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, it's like, if it probably costs a little less if it's already made.
Yeah. It's a flat rate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, not, we already did it. We were going to,
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely.
We've got 5 left, like,
That building across the street looks even more like evil headquarters with the like gray cloud behind it.
Yes, quite ominous.
That's in Gotham. That's Gotham we're looking at. I know that's a meme. I'm not trying to, I don't know, meme it up. I think Toronto can be eerie.
Well, see, funny enough, I was gonna say like this part, funny enough, like looking out the window and like seeing Korean on the fucking billboard over there.
Yeah.
And like actually 2 of them. Like I'm just like, oh, this does kind of remind me of being in like a suburb of Seoul. Just like,
that's cool.
It's like we're on the edge of the city. Like there's still a bunch of buildings. Like,
the Chinese-speaking population of Canada has like skyrocketed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No longer considered a minority.
I know. Well, which is kind of fucked. Yeah.
You know what I heard? In the United States, the average Indian person, guess how much they make? This blew my mind.
Is this gonna be depressing? How much?
No, it's crazy. Guess. How much they make? How much?
Okay, 500,000 a year.
65,000.
Okay, yeah.
So
Wait.
how much does the average Indian person make?
I don't know.
120.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a better average.
That is.
What?
Yeah.
You tried so hard to get me to like, and I was like,
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Like, I mean, the parental pressure is there, so
they just sell at a higher rate.
One of my good friends is like, like he makes like 150 a year.
Yeah.
He's an Indian dude. Like, he's doing good. Like he's like, so like, it's like there's a bunch of them making like 150, 200, 300 maybe, and they cover the gap for all the comedians.
Yeah.
Like,
man. Yeah, it's an expensive
yeah,
like intergenerational wealth. Yeah, just generally being better at things.
I mean, one reason why like a lot of minority communities like that are so much more wealthy is because they live in the same house. A lot of my family does that, and
it's like they integrate their wealth. Yeah. Like they operate.
yeah.
It's like your family's a business almost.
Legitimately, yeah.
That's interesting.
But the thing is they're all managing their own finances, and they're all at different levels. And
Right.
so the ones that are making more have to cover the shitty decisions that the other ones made.
Right. You carry on their reputation.
Yeah, is making like 165 a year.
Yeah.
But his dad is like banking on him to make that much to cover his bills.
Wow. You're born into a management position.
Yeah.
Like upper management.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, look, as soon as you're 18, look, earning time.
You're an exec.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they literally look at your education as an investment. It's like, look, we need to increase your earning potential as much as we can right off the bat.
I don't know if you could describe my education as a my arts degree.
No, well, yeah.
An investment. It's an investment. It is.
I mean, I so thoroughly use my economics degree.
It's a good thing to have. And boy, did I have to like get out of my small town and and not go right in and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be artistic. I liked film a lot. I did a lot of made a lot of movies growing up. I was that kid.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You know what I heard on Bill Maher recently?
What?
So at I think it's Stanford.
Oh yeah.
I think it was 12,000 students they have in total, and they have 20,000 administrators. That's why it costs so much.
Must be some micromanaging. Oh my
20,000 admin.
How many admin is that to?
I mean, that's damn near a 2-to-1 ratio.
I know.
That doesn't even count the staff that they have on campus.
Sure, security, any kind of customer service.
Yeah, so that's just what the fuck are they all doing?
They ask the alumni for money to pay themselves.
Oh.
They're
like, we'll work the system to make you successful. That's a scam.
What
oh my gosh.
the fuck?
Every single university is like this.
Of course.
Well, American universities, yeah.
Oh no,
definitely.
they're in Canada. They're just absolute businesses. There was a university in Canada that got in trouble for on their documents listing students as income units.
Oh wow.
And they got in big trouble for that.
I mean, the thing is,
big trouble. It's wow.
Oh.
I know some conspiracy theory shit I heard recently.
Sure.
So on your birth certificate, there's a red number.
Okay.
Called it's like a CUPI number or something like that.
CUPI.
A cuppy.
Cuppy. Cuppy. It is. It's cuppy. Okay.
And
now that we've
every single stock or bond has this number, and apparently, so you know how countries will take out loans from international banks?
Sure.
Apparently.
Sketch-a-doodle-doo.
But to these conspiracy theorists, by the way, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not talking about stuff. I'm not this far down.
You scratch the surface a little bit. Yeah.
They believe that people are collateral for these banks if the countries default on their payments.
I mean, it's
Wow.
It's not impossible. It makes sense.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No. Well, because I think conspiracy theories usually have a nugget of truth, and that's why.
I mean, honestly, if they wanted better collateral, I feel like they'd teach people better. But sure, make people worth more.
Well, and a good and smart business knows that if you incentivize the people that work for you, you will get better results.
Yeah.
Socialism.
Yeah, but
because
that's a scary word on this continent.
It's spooky.
I mean, really around the world. But it's just oh no, wait, you mean to tell me everything might attempt to be equal? No.
I know. Money.
How dare you?
I still can't believe that if it came down to it, they outnumber the students. That's just they're like camp counselors. What the fuck? Why do you have to? Oh my god.
Oh no! Anytime I talk with somebody, because one of my main points is homelessness shouldn't exist, right?
No, it's outrageous.
Right? There's no real reason for it to.
Especially in a country like Canada where we have so much space.
Exactly. So much space, so much money.
Yeah.
It's literally but anytime I talk to somebody who's really staunchly capitalist, they're but what are we gonna do? Who's gonna pay for it? And I'm so you mean to tell me we have money for prisons?
Yeah.
But we don't have money to keep people off the street and stop them committing crimes. No,
well,
we don't.
It's a
we don't. Because if you give people places to stay, less crimes are committed. It's what are you doing? What are you doing? If you give people a sense of security, then they're not always in fight or flight mode. They don't feel like they have to do things just for the sake of even drug use would go down because there's less escapism.
And we police mental health and drug addiction.
Horribly.
Crazy pants, sexuality, like sex workers. It's holy.
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah.
It's
well, I mean, there's so many things where it's people just stop being treated like people.
Yeah.
You make one decision and you're no longer a people. What the fuck is that? No, I know I did it on purpose. But it's they just don't.
Poor, poverty, it pushes people into. If you push someone to a place where they're desperate, that's where obviously the crime rates will be higher. So and then they go to prison, and then you make money, and then you pump them out. Also, the reoffending rates, how much more likely you are statistically to reoffend on your first offense if you're incarcerated versus not. It's just
because then your job opportunities drastically drop.
And
housing, everything.
And some people, like, first of all, they're like, well, it's their fault. It's like, okay, I don't know. Some people are, it's not. And also, even if it is, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's just like, okay, so you made a mistake, all right? If it was, especially if it
you
was
were,
like,
you were a human being.
yeah, it's like, oh God, you made a mistake and you got caught. You did your time. You made, like, you served your punishment. Now we don't forgive you.
I know, we don't forgive you for that. And then, but then, like, you know, a fabulously wealthy man can murder his wife and, like, pay for it and not go to jail. Just be like, here's a bunch of money.
What if you fixed the prison system and made it so the rehabilitation was proper?
Well,
okay, so what, you want to make it like a Swedish system? Or like,
I kind of want to go to jail in Sweden.
Right? I know, that shit is nice.
I think Finland
doing 9 to 5 there, doing 5 to 9
just
there.
do arts and crafts.
Yeah,
and,
like you
out.
do, and they get the newest PlayStations. They get
just,
all of it. There's respect. Like what?
Oh my God, I'm still a person.
It's like, oh shit, I'm not just a number. Oh my God. Yeah. Like wow. Yeah, no, it's fucking vile what happens to people on this continent. I mean, especially down south, the prison industrial complex. Like it's just
fucked and so deliberate. Like so clearly, like obviously not every, you know, it's like it's this huge complex system, but there is like a certain layer of it that's very much on purpose.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
And I mean, even like the people that like there's a lot of things that are like, oh, it's not really as bad, but like, but the system's still slanted in that direction.
People who are in like survival sex work or like homeless, a lot of homeless people are queer people who at a young age were disowned from their, like the queer youth take up a disproportionate, and queer people, a lot of homeless people are queer. It's like disproportionate, and it's just like right fucked. And it's like for no reason they were pushed out of any resource to live life.
It's just like, okay, go.
Yeah. Clearly I'm like beating this chair up. I'm taking it out on this piece of IKEA furniture.
I mean, you know, by the end of season 2, there'll just be like a hole worn in it.
Yeah, your chair will still be nice, and mine will just be fucked up. It'll just be ruins. I'll just be sitting on the floor with a bunch of like rubble around me. Yeah, this is good. It's like when people are like, man, we should do that thing where you like take your radio and you destroy a bunch of things. Those are so expensive because you pay for everything you destroy.
Yeah.
And more because they're not breaking even.
Yeah, you're not just,
you know, this is not a public service, you know.
The thing is like, I always thought about, because I wanted to open one of those.
It would feel so good.
I wanted to open one for so long, and I still might eventually. Like, because it's great. Like, I totally believe in it. Like, I feel like it'd also be a little fun where it's just like, all right, you know what? If you don't want to pay for all the things you break, like here's what you can do. It's like, no, it's just like come do a shitty pottery class, make a bunch of shitty plates. Next week, come break those.
Break the shit out of them. Yeah,
you pay a little for the class, you pay a little to break. There you go.
You make them go through a really long pottery class to make a whole bunch of stuff, and then after
you break all of it.
Pay if you wanted to pay for it, and then
I feel like that would like.
But the way you do that is you make the base price really high.
Right.
And so you make it seem like a steal.
Yeah.
That's capitalism. Right? All
right, get the cocoa, boys. We're starting a business.
Now's the time. Get that beer.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah. It's interesting. It's a good thing we have all the answers. It's a good thing we know everything.
I mean, right? Yeah.
That's really helpful.
It is. Yeah. You know, unwavering faith in my knowledge.
And belief in my position.
Yep.
Yeah. Unwavering, unreasonable. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My Lord. Yeah, it's an interesting place. It's unrestricted capitalism. That's the problem. Like capitalism on a smaller, less, like if you could find a way to at least reduce the greed, but it's so hard because in human nature, right?
Yeah.
But like hypothetically, if you could find a way to reduce the greed element and have it capped, you know, have a certain point where you're like, okay, you can't go farther than that. But obviously you couldn't do it. Like it couldn't. I know this is like a pipe dream.
It could be done.
It could be physically, it could be done.
Well, I guess there's nothing in the universe beyond other humans
but
stopping it from being done.
Capitalism can be a useful tool to organize society, but unrestricted capitalism murders everybody.
Yeah, no, like capitalism needs reins.
If there's a cap to how much money you can have, then you might as well kill yourself.
Well, depends on you.
The people that are going to push the society forward and try and innovate are going to do so out of a lot of the times greed. And because of that, if there's a cap, then after a certain point, they're going to be like, all right, who gives a shit?
But then you
well, see,
assume
no,
that
I don't.
progress is a good thing.
The way, I was gonna say the way I see it, like I don't necessarily think that like there is a full on cap on gains.
Yeah.
But like there are definitely caps on companies.
Yeah, institutions.
Like, well, because no, like heading towards monopolies, like all of that shit. But like, yeah, but no, like they say like a lot of things are anti-monopoly, but they're not. When you're really left with one strong option and one that's barely left alive, that's not.
It has to be a more like evenly. I don't know. And there should, you know what there should be? There should be a cap on how little money, like, and like the amount that like that could be. Like the amount, like it'd have to be a livable amount. Like people have what they need and a little more, and that's what the poorest people in society have. Like in this utopian, I have radical optimist tattooed on my arm. This is always going to be my hypothetical, whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah. Like I don't know. I believe
there's a and some countries have done things better than that. Like we can be a
Finland
hell of a lot closer
homelessness.
than Toronto, fucking Canada is to that. You know. Oh, and like a lot of places, like South Africa, you're either extravagantly wealthy or like you have 5 Lamborghinis for no fucking reason, or you live in a tin hut.
Yeah.
Like there's
the
no
disparity there is ridiculous.
It's so dramatic. And
I
then
mean,
these people live right next to each other.
Their middle class is like fucking that.
It's
like,
nothing. And their middle class would be rich in Canada.
Yeah. Like it's insane. That was like the first place I ever like went outside of the States.
Yeah.
And so like to see that, I was like, okay, like the first place I ever landed, and I was like, oh shit, I'm no longer a minority.
Yeah.
Like yeah. But then like also looking around, because I'm also the only, like I'm one of 3 black kids on the
Absolutely.
trip. Like
it's
out of
so
21
racial.
students.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like, all right, so there's only 3 of us here, but it's like, you know, we're enjoying it. And then like going around and seeing everything is like, all right, so yeah, we're the majority, but the white people still own everything.
They're interesting because they're such a young democracy. Because like apartheid ended very recently.
Yeah.
Like
it's one of those things. Like my dad remembers it.
Like, you know,
like my dad remembers being like, "Oh shit, yeah, apartheid."
Yeah. No, it was very recent, and yeah, it's a very young democracy. And what sometimes happens is when like democracy starts to loosen or like increase a little bit, like a democracy growth spurt. Like a bunch of like liberal laws will be passed just like suddenly, kind of out of nowhere. And so like one of the first things they did was they legalized gay marriage. And just like, and a bunch of things like that, like all in one foul sweep.
Well, because they were just like, all right, no more legalized oppression.
Like will still oppress you.
Yeah, it's just
social
like
judgment.
Yeah, but it's like it just can't be on the books. All right,
it can't be written down anywhere.
Yeah, it's just like, no, they're like, hold on, but you mean to tell me we can't like chase gays anymore? No, I didn't say that.
No, you can still do.
You can still do all the things. All right, you just can't tell them they can't get married.
Oh my god,
like
it's so true.
Like I mean, and it was crazy.
Cuba just legalized gay marriage,
but they still won't let me in.
I know.
Cuba so badly.
Like I want to go. Like once I like if I ever become Canadian, then I'll go.
It's beautiful. I'll go with you. I've only been once.
I mean, they're smart to not let Americans in all willy-nilly. We would definitely fucking be like, oh, all right, that beach is mine.
You'd be like,
now.
this is nice.
Like,
very nice.
Oh my God, Hilton gets in there. Like, as soon as
I'll stay.
As soon as Hilton and Hyatt get in there, they're just like, oh, yeah, no, all of this. Like,
this is a resort.
You think
now.
you have a resort? This is not a resort.
Get ready for mega supersized ultra resort.
So, yeah, we're going to have a resort with a water park on it. Like,
do we like water parks? I know they're controversial.
Water parks?
Yeah, I feel like
water parks are getting canceled.
Parks are getting canceled?
No, not canceled. Yeah, they're political stances. No, not canceled, but just some people think they're gross because it's like they just think like you're just.
Well, I mean, it's all pee water, but like, yeah, it's definitely pee water, but like, yo,
I like
every
them,
pool.
For the record, by the way, I fuck with water parks. I
fuck with water parks. Like, I mean, every pool you go to, if it has that pool smell, there's pee in it. Like, that's where that's at. So if you don't ever want to deal with that, don't swim.
As a lifeguard,
people pee in all the water. There's pee in every water. Ocean, there's pee in that water. Fish pee in that water.
Fish pee a lot. I was a lifeguard at a lake, and you could have more of a cognitive dissonance with the pee. You could make it feel like it was further away from you than it was. But you also had to worry about the seaweed just sucking the children under. Oh my God. It was like a gnarly lake like that.
Oh, the lake seaweed.
Yeah. And it was quite a deep lake, so the bottom, like lots of, quite the ecosystem happening.
Yeah.
There was this fish that was biting everyone's nipples.
What?
It was really
a legit nipple fish?
Like
that's.
And nipple fish.
Be like, yo, that fish had a pedo stash.
And it was like infamous among the staff.
Oh, so this was like a camp lake.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, baby. Christian camp. Like.
Ooh. Christian. For Jesus. Blah, blah,
Who's
for
ready
Jesus.
to rap about the Lord?
Actually, yo, I've seen.
Bubbly.
Speaking of Jeebus, like I saw this fucking because I follow a bunch of music things on my Instagram,
nice.
And so like new musicians pop up from time to time, and there was this drummer, this black dude that was like a metal drummer.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, like black metal drummer at church.
Ah.
And it's like, Baptist music. And I'm just like, okay, like, like it's shit. You play it, you recognize it. But he's like fucking double bassing, fucking hitting like the snares, like triple fast. I'm just like, oh shit. All right. Like, actually, you know what? That could possibly turn me back to Jesus. If that was released, I'd be like, you know what? Jesus rocks again,
Like, I did so many Christian like rock concerts and like hip hop and rap and like.
Oh God.
So many.
A good one, fucking Kanye, because he took his old songs and put fire to it.
Well,
that was good.
he's made a lot of money with his affiliation with the church.
Actually, he
Probably not. I don't know. He's not very good at actually keeping money.
Yeah.
He's not a good businessman at all.
I think he was paying for all that with the marketing budget Adidas gave him pretty easy, which was $50 million a year, and he's breaking even on that.
Wow. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
That's not what I call a savings account.
No.
Silly.
Or
not that I have one.
A well-used marketing budget, even.
Yeah. No, honestly.
Apparently, they're building like 100,000 person stadium too. And
where?
He
For
was
where?
gonna take over the world. In
Oh, in Atlanta?
Wow.
100,000. Because, like, yo, that's. I mean, like, the Georgia Dome is. I venture to say, like, 50. Like, the Georgia Dome is huge. Like, I've been in it. It's fucking massive. Like, but it's definitely not 100.
No.
71.
71. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fucking.
Do you think?
These modern day coliseums are nuts.
Do you think that Adidas' ringtone for Kanye is Gold Digger? Is that what we think?
I think it's the other way around. Didn't they steal
Hi, gay. I'm Dad. It's a father and son show. I'm just keeping it focused on the theme. Dad jokes are allowed. I know I'm not the dad in the scenario. That would be bizarre. That would be pushing this too far. That would just be unrealistic.
Yeah, definitely.
You freaking snowflakes. Yeah. Oh my God. They're
Time
like,
doesn't
"You're
matter.
snowflakes."
Time's not real.
No. I love that the same people that call people snowflakes were so panicked about a picture on their beer can. That they wouldn't drink.
Well, yeah, like
Silly.
you shout out, like it's one of those smelt it, dealt it kind of things.
Yeah.
It's like
It's almost
thou doth protest too much, snowflake.
I think that every side is being too much. I know. I've had like 12 bubblies. All right, this is the portion where Mickey rides solo. Hello, gentle viewer, and welcome back to Oprah's Book Club. Today we are reading Gwyneth Paltrow's book, I Love Goop. That's it. I'm a professional comedian. It's a good thing it's not my job to be funny.
I want to buy her vagina candle. I'm so curious.
You just want to know what it smells like?
I'm so curious.
You don't want to know what I want to know? How they get the scent.
Yeah, they just like took a swab or whatever.
I feel like she would do something. I would hope it would be more sensual than less clinical than that. But yeah, probably. Yeah. There's. Do it for the candles. Yeah, and then Susie for $1. Goodness gracious.
She's such a character. That whole Kourtney Kardashian started a brand like that too, didn't she?
Probably. I think every kind of brand, any kind of brand, you know? Yeah. Kim Kardashian is like, there's few brands as big in North America. And is also like it's quite the business. Yeah. Holy friggin' hell. It is. It absolutely is.
When Kylie's Skin released, the first line, it was $1 million.
Well, yeah, but the minute you're talking about billions, you're like, shit. Okay, you're some like Illuminati fucking nonsense. Yeah. You're gonna go have space orgies.
You know the Fugees, right? The R&B group.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was an FBI informant.
I believe that.
And they took $100 million from China.
Oh boy.
Yeah. One of the members was an FBI informant and got put in jail for taking $100 million from China.
What?
It's a lot of money.
Sorry, that's right. My dad was telling us this last night.
Wait, what?
Your dad was popping off on the Fugees. Fuck it, we're still alive.
FBI informant on the.
Fugees rapper Praz found guilty of political conspiracy.
Look at his face. He's like, he's turning like, he's looking kind of anxious.
So wait, what the fuck did he get money from China for?
Okay, he was accused of funneling money from a now fugitive Malaysian financer through straw donors to back Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. Then trying to squelch a Justice Department investigation and influence an extradition case on behalf of China under the Trump administration. So he was trying to get somebody that the U.S. had arrested from China free. And China had paid him to do that.
That tracks. Interesting. Nothing is real.
For both governments. Because he did things with Trump and Obama.
Yes.
Defense is saying he just wanted to make money and he caught himself up in a bad situation.
So
he just wanted to make money and he became a political puppet.
Oh my god, got in over his head. It spiraled. Oh no.
Oh my god.
There's no excuse.
Wow. Who the fuck was his lawyer? Rudy Giuliani? Like, what the fuck?
Probably. There's a drag queen that does musical parodies about American right-wing politicians.
Oh god.
Something else.
I imagine that's fucking
And
hilarious,
it's actually the drag queen is actually a Republican senator, so it's just crazy.
Oh, is it?
No, it's not actually. I'm just making fun of him.
I was gonna be like, isn't it? What's his name from
know,
New York?
You mean the queer community's favorite new, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, ha.
It's like, huh?
One of us.
I was talking to Val mentioned this how
yes.
I feel like this isn't just the queer community, but a lot of communities will put somebody up, and then as soon as they say something they don't like, they'll just tear them down and start.
Like in the queer community?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just you're right that it's any community. It's just wherever there be people.
Well, yeah, the love of the people is fickle.
People would be
that
like
is facts.
Kris Jenner.
If you're ever representing a group,
yeah,
like there's no time that you can maintain that for long.
No.
Like
people will be like, Kris Jenner is not a nice person, so trans people aren't real and don't deserve rights.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, trans people can suck. Anybody can suck.
Everybody,
any
all versions of people.
You know? What'd I say? Oh my god, cut that. Holy shit, don't put that on the internet. Me using a dead naming. It's because I was thinking about the right wing's opinion.
Isn't Kris the mom?
Oh, I just don't know my genders.
Is Kris the mom? I don't know their names.
No, I don't follow them. Okay, so I didn't misgender Caitlyn. I didn't misgender Caitlyn. Okay, I just said the wrong gender.
Yeah, I don't know. Like now, I have no idea what their names
I am so confused.
Like the parents. I was about to say the adults. Like I don't know. Who the Kardashian parents are.
No, I couldn't. If there was like not. Caitlyn. Okay, so I said Kris Jenner, the mom, by accident. Okay, that's not as bad.
Right, yeah.
Apparently she ran for office.
Oh, get after it. I could see that. I could see that for her.
I mean,
she doesn't like gay marriage.
In her former life, she killed a man, or didn't?
Yeah.
That was the.
Yeah, other.
Yeah, that was the mom.
Oh, that was the mom.
Yeah.
Ah.
That was like right after she got separated from Rob Kardashian.
Oh, she.
Yeah, the OJ lawyer. Yeah. No, Caitlyn is not actually known as being like the best person, but also most people who are that rich aren't.
Yeah.
She supported Trump.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And just like there are POC people that did, like it's just
which like I never understood that.
I kind of get it.
It's
just, no.
It's
yeah.
You get it?
Some of my family supports Trump.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
And they're brown at the bone.
Yeah.
But like I never understood like blacks for Trump. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like when it's like anything for I don't like when
you're like speaking on part of an entire demographic.
Yeah, like a whole demographic for
That always like bugs me.
And most people are like, we don't know you. We don't like.
Yeah,
you don't speak
you
for
don't
us.
represent me.
Ellen had that going for a second. Ellen had a hot minute where she's like, I am the spokesperson for the homosexual species. And then I don't know.
I know what they are.
Yeah, because I am gay. And I'm like, and also rich and white and cis. And married to Portia de Rossi. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I am jealous a little bit of that. No, I'm not. I love my partner. I'm not jealous exactly. I definitely, like, anytime I watched Ellen, it was more for Portia de Rossi.
Did she show up on the show often?
Yeah, she'd be like, Ellen's birthday, she'd be like, here's a cake, and we let out on stage because their marriage is a big part of their PR.
I mean, yeah, like I did know it was a big thing. Yeah.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
That tracks.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. Well, like, I saw the beginning of her last special, and it was like...
She started off being like, I'm not relatable anymore.
Yeah, it's just like, like you ever like had a weird conversation with your pool boy? That's relatable, right? And it's just like, well, you know. Like,
Take a shower, you get a towel, and you have to walk 50 feet.
Yeah. And you burn your sheets after you use them. But you don't do it. Someone who works for you does.
You know the intern's being annoying. You have to nail him on the ground.
you know.
Again, like gay people can like not be nice.
Yeah.
And you can not like them for that reason.
Like that's perfectly. Well, I mean, yeah, individuals.
Feel free to not like Caitlyn Jenner, but just don't
lump everybody.
Don't confuse why.
Where this guy goes like, I don't hate trans women because they're trans. I hate them because they're women.
Oh God.
That guy also has balls on his truck.
Yes, he does.
And has 8 children with 4 different women. And he doesn't pay child support for any of them.
And he wonders why when he always talks about them as
This is where the
bitches, they
cherry
never
gets
want to call them back. Yeah. I did love the meme I posted a little while back. It's like, if you have nuts on your truck, it's a trans truck.
Oh, I almost spat my coffee out. I remember it vividly. And I immediately told my partner. And I'm like, it's so true. I want to send that to every boy I went to high school with. Every single one. I want to send that to them and be like,
that was an elective procedure.
Welcome to the LGBTQ plus community truck. We, in our yearbook, we had a page, like a 2-spread page for pictures of people with their trucks, and underneath it would have the truck's name. And I'm always just like, you guys are fucking your trucks, aren't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
You're fucking your trucks.
Yeah.
And the trucks are dudes. So
they named them all
you're
dudes.
You're a gay guy, and you're fucking your trans truck. I don't know. The homoerotic undertones are endless, infinite. Hockey bro culture. It's just they just like go into the locker room and hit each other with their dick, like they.
Oh yeah,
it's so like the male form.
Well, no, I mean even football. Like I remember in college, like yeah. Like it's like you get into the locker room and it's just like it's the locker room's the gayest place I've ever been. Right, I've been to gay clubs around the world. Still, hands down, the sports locker room is the gayest place I've ever been. Like I've never been in a gay club and seen somebody come up to me and be like, "Hey, give me a low 1," right? It's just like, oh, come on, bro.
Like I knew guys then they would do the love tapping where they would like bang you on your dick with their bare hand, and I'm like, that's more contact with a man's penis than I have, and you like, although that's not maybe a good example.
I was just like, like that. Well, I always hated that shit. Sack taps.
It's weird.
Like I made a firm thing. I was like, you sack tap me, I punch you. Like I do not play that game.
Fair enough.
Like one person tried it, and I was just like, and. I was like, you were warned, right? Like there was no surprise here. No. I told you exactly what was about to happen. You chose to proceed.
Anyway. Crazy.
How did that all start? Who was the first?
The Romans were really good at it.
I mean, yeah, but at least they embraced the
homosexuality and has been a big part of civilization for a long time. And I don't know, in like ancient cultures,
ancient colors.
I can't talk. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just the Romans that were super gay and open and fine with it. Cause I mean, and their queer culture was not good. Holy fuck! That was some scary stuff. Oh my god! But pardon. 1 hour? And I actually just got a text from Archer.
All right.
I love them.
Well, we'll wrap it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We'll end with a rap that we've prepared.
So this is a thing about blah, blah, blah.
I know.
You're like, oh god.
What do you mean? Our fathers.
Oh god. All right. Well, fuck. I don't know.
Rip it and rip it.
Journal.
The dog has opinions.
Yeah. There's people outside and they should not be there.
It's like, excuse me, that's my outside.
They
don't. Who the fuck are these people?
You are walking towards my building.
We're stoners because we're like, let's wrap the episode, and now we're talking. This hypothetical dog thought process. That tracks.
I mean, yeah, it does. I don't know. There's a lot of people walking around out there. And it's like, yo, back up.
Yeah, it's weird.
Back the fuck up. Get away from my space.
Sometimes Spooky wants to walk. There's this like school, and we have access to the back part of it, but we only go there when like school's not in session. Because if we go, I'm like, I'm an adult with no children, and it's weird that I'm here, Spooky. We can't. Like the children are here now. We can't be.
Yeah, no.
That's not my energy.
That's not the time.
That's not what's happening here. Sorry, Spooky.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I remember there was one time like I lived near a school, and it was like they were also a school that like rang a very loud recess bell. Yeah, I'm just like too many times like I woke up to the recess bell. I'm just like, God damn it! It's like, why can't you silently tell them? All right, there are people trying to sleep at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Man. Yes, absolutely.
Goddamn.
This is where this is why we need to figure out the logistics, the magic behind it.
I had a friend who like I once like she was British and she like came to visit me in like back when I was like staying in the States for a little bit. Right. And I dropped her off in like Asheville, North Carolina because she was going to ninja school.
It's not what I thought you were going to say. Where do I enroll?
Right? And I'm like, yo, I didn't even know you could do that. Like, I didn't know you could get a ninja certification on this continent. Like, what? Like, and I was like, first off, I thought you had to be certified by a ninja like to become one. I was like, all right, maybe I might be confusing that with something else, but still, North Carolina. like not even a major city. No. Asheville, North Carolina. Like, what?
So.
Or Asheville, fucking. It was weird. And like, I asked her what she learned afterwards. She was like, it's basically like a fucking stunts course. Like you're learning how to do like movie stunts. And I'm like, well, then why'd you call it a fucking ninja course?
That's
like,
a very different thing than being a ninja. You should have been like, so are you a ninja now?
Yeah,
you
like
can put on a bat costume and fucking
throwing stars. We good with them? Like, what's up?
The thing, you hit your dick with it by accident, or are you a master?
It's like, what kind of ninja are you? Are we talking like
but
Batman?
Like, amateur movie stunts.
Did you like fucking it was fucking weird. Ninja's life. And now she's like studying the brain in New Zealand,
Jeez. That's an eclectic education path. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fuck it. Let's call it.
All right.
It's been good.
Boom, baby.